love the 80s so much.
There's a lot of great stuff, especially like AC/DC. I thought Brian Johnson like kind of made. I thought was. I like him more than Bon Scott.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry.
I mean, you can say that. That's fine. I mean,
Back in Black was such a fucking like perfect rock and roll record.
I hated Back in Black for the longest time because of how big You Shook Me Off. I'm such a person that I hate the thing that's popular.
I know. I can feel that.
And I'm big time into like, I want to know the thing that other people don't know. So like my music, like I'm always trying to find something different on music or whatever. So it's like, I only listen to this thing. Basically,
it's fucking deep.
So like I hated Back in Black for the longest time because of that song. And I still skip that song when I listen to the record usually. Song. But like everything else in the record sounds so good. The drums sound incredible.
Yeah,
on the record.
bro. Phil. I can't remember
Jackson.
Collins.
No. Nope. I
love your energy.
He went to jail for a while too. The drummer.
My uncle was in the band back in the day called Critical Mass.
I thought you were going to say he was in AC/DC.
No, but he was friends with those guys. They were like a punk, like a pop punk of this like the 70s, you know.
That's cool.
And they recorded at Abbey Road, and like Chris Squire from Yes produced a record.
Wow.
And they were recording there at the same time that AC/DC was recording there, so they would see that and hang out with them in the studio with like Bon Scott and like all those guys. So like obviously my uncle's super partial to Bon Scott and like that era. But for me,
Brian Johnson's rad.
I mean, like that was the first AC/DC record that I got when I was in middle school.
Yeah.
And then my uncle showed me the Bon Scott stuff later, which I enjoyed. But to me, Back in Black is like the perfect rock and roll record.
Totally.
It's like from front to back. And granted, it all sounds like the same, but that's what makes it so perfect. They were so authentically them. And Angus Young, nobody gets an SG tone. Nobody gets an SG to sound like that.
Dude, he's incredible. Like even now, he's still killing it. I saw them twice when they came back with the Black Ice. I saw them twice on that tour. And it was just, I mean, that was a few years ago now. But even then, man, I was just like, holy crap.
I gotta say, I've never listened to an AC/DC album like front to back. I know all the fucking songs, but I've never listened like.
My favorite is Let There Be Rock.
Fuck yeah.
Because I remember that I read that they recorded that record by turning their amps up like all the way and then like facing up against the wall. And like when you listen to that, there's some guitar stuff where it sounds like Angus's guitar is like exploding.
Yeah.
It's just like the craziest feedback stuff that comes in and out of the tunes. Like that record sounds so raw.
Hell yeah.
And like I really like that record a lot. I think it's like so sick. Like I was like 13 playing a guitar recital, playing Let There Be Rock on now.
I feel like everybody like when they were first started playing guitar was like studying Angus Young, man.
For sure. It's like every kid learned how to play that because it was like also like obtainable to play.
Totally. It was and so much fucking attitude too.
Yeah.
So it's like if you can nail those like to me, Rock and Roll Ain't Noise Pollution which was on the Back in Black album, which was like one of my favorite songs by them. That that riff right there. Yeah, God, it's my fuck. God damn it, bro. Yeah.
3 for 3, boys.
We're gonna have to delete this entire thing.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Where's like the Greta Van Fleet for AC/DC?
For God's sakes, let's just not let that happen.
Let's make it happen.
I mean? Yeah, you know what's funny? I've never listened to them. I've seen all the stuff.
Put on a Zeppelin record.
Yeah. I know.
No, you have listened to them.
Yeah, you have.
I guess that's true.
Just Led Zeppelin 1.
It's like anybody. Here's the thing with Greta Van Fleet. Anybody that tells me they love that band has literally never listened to Zeppelin. That's it.
Maybe they like them too.
I'm not. No. I'm not being facetious. I'm saying that they actually are just uneducated on Zeppelin. It's like you heard Stairway to Heaven, and we're like, that's about it for me.
Stairway Denied.
I'm not talking shit about AC/DC by any means because they are like the legends, you know, at rock and roll. But like they have a formula.
Oh yeah.
And so that formula, like,
if it works, I guess do it.
Yeah, of course. And it's like there's a big cheese factor to every one of their songs, which is like it's corny, but at the same time, like it's fucking they're also original.
It's also like Long Way to the Top if you want to rock and roll, which is Bon Scott. Like I mean that's like that whole song is just about like grinding it out and be like, if you want to fucking play the game, if you want to see what we see, it's a fucking you gotta like grind it out. It's a long way to the top if you want.
But the way the lyrics work for like any of their songs is like You're putting a lot of words in their mouth and thinking that that's deep.
No, it's not that it's deep. No one's saying that it's deep.
You can say anything. It's like a horoscope basically.
So songs. But you haven't listened to. First off, I'm not saying that they're deep.
You would have to tell me an AC/DC song that I haven't heard of before.
Long Way to the Top if you want to rock and roll.
Of course I've heard that song.
Rock and Roll Noise Pollution.
Yes, of course I've heard that song.
Just listen to the whole Back in Black album. Listen to any of their earlier shit too with Bon Scott.
Everybody's heard those songs.
Let There Be Rock record that's a cool one to try.
It's just like it's not that it's deep, right?
Not deep.
Like nothing about like
but what you were
saying
about I was like, no, but those lyrics, dude.
I'm not saying they're I'm saying that it's cool because it's like they're just kind of it's especially at that time where rock and roll was kind of like this like the conservative kind of right was very, very like prominent at that time. So it was like censoring like certain things and like can't do it's like anti-religious
I think if you have to
thing.
say the words rock and roll in your song and the lyrics, it's pretty cheesy.
But it's the 70s, man. It's not now, right? If it's now, then it's fucking cheesy.
That's rock and roll, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly that. That's what I'm trying to say. It's pretty cheesy.
I watched Airheads the other night.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
the Lone Rangers.
Yeah, exactly.
It's people. What was that movie with Ryan Reynolds and what's her I forget what her name is, but it's like he plays
Van Wilder.
No, Just Friends. Whatever, and then
when he's fat and then he gets skinny.
Yeah, that fucking douchey guy that was a nerd in high school and became good looking later on. Rusty something was his name in the movie.
Trombone, I think.
Yeah, he just goes like his response to everything is like rock and roll.
Yeah,
he's such a douchebag. Yeah, rock and roll.
Do you find that you gravitate more towards like lyrics when you listen to songs?
No, he does. Okay. I like the other part.
He's a synthesizer guy. If it doesn't have synths, he's not into it. Four on the floor and synthesizers.
That's definitely not true because I do like songs with lyrics and everything like that for sure. But I'm definitely. I'm not somebody to memorize lyrics to a song.
Yeah, I'm not either. That's just
I just can't do it.
That's when you brought up about the like lyrics are not super deep. That just made me think that.
But he was trying to make a point. I was like, I stopped him real quick.
Yeah, shut him down.
You're not getting deep about AC/DC.
Okay, speaking of
AC/DC is fucking paper thin, and that's fine because they rock and it's dope. Just leave it at that. Don't.
You're right.
Don't try to break them apart. Like
you're right. I'm just
the name of the band is AC/DC.
Yeah.
What's that stand for?
It's the fucking electrical current,
direct current.
Yeah.
But do you think that's what they were going for? It's like it's deeper.
Oh, we're talking about band names?
Yeah.